So for Gmail, ensure you enable less secure apps. So it's more of security issue. Another issue you might experience is SD card cannot be recognized by the camera. So you can use another device like a mobile phone to test it, and also confirm the SD card has the format of FAT32 file structure. So those are the common troubleshooting for SD card problem. Another issue you might experience is FTP connection. So you might have a FTP server in your network, but you cannot connect to it. So most likely it's about firewall, and also confirm on the configuration is okay. Maybe another thing you can do, you can try upgrading the firmware of the device. So by default, FTP is a less secure version. So you can try using SFTP, but it's more of firewall blocking the FTP files. So maybe you purchased a camera with then you go to event function. There is no IVS. So you can check. You can see you're logging in the camera. You're trying to configure maybe tripwire or an intrusion, and you can't find the IVS in any part here. So how do you go about it? So you go to ensure that the smart codec is off. So you can disable the smart codec, which is usually enabled by the NVR. So most of the times you would enable the smart codec from NVR side by mistake. So you can disable the smart codec. Also, what you can try to do, you can try to use an Internet Explorer browser or deleting the caches. Maybe the browser is not rendering that part of the NVR or that menu. Another troubleshooting for the intelligent function, you're trying to do tripwire or intrusion, but it is failing. So it's failing. So the reason as to why is because there's the region is or the pixel of human, you have set it to be too small to be able to recognize, and that it requires 80 by 80. So for those of us who have done configuration for this IVS, there's this value for, if you're going to do human filtering, there's those values that you set. But also maybe the scene is covered by other objects. You can try to upgrade the firmware to fix the case and ensure that exposure for the camera is good. Okay, so that's the troubleshooting for the IPC. So for IPC cameras. Next we do NVR general troubleshooting, but we're going to have a small break of, we'll be back in 25 minutes past. So we just take a small break for about 8 minutes, then we'll be back. Then we do NVR troubleshooting. But if you have any question or maybe something that you need me to cover, maybe there's a problem that you experience in the field, you can. So I've enabled you guys to be able to talk. You can unmute yourself and be able to talk. So if you have a problem with some issue you faced on a site that's not being addressed on troubleshooting on cameras, you can address it. But for meanwhile, let's take a small break of for 8 minutes, then we'll be back. We resume. Now we can resume. So if you feel you have questions regarding the IPC troubleshooting, you can ask. But now we are going to do NVR troubleshooting. So we're going to do general NVR troubleshooting, and maybe some of the problems that you may experience while having our NVR and how to go by those issues. So we're going to cover about camera adding to the NVR, video preview. So you're previewing a video from NVR side and you're experiencing problem. Maybe you have a video recording problem, some playback. We're going to address those issues. So how can we add cameras to NVR? So we can add cameras using, we can use the private protocol. So private protocols mean you're adding maybe products like Dahua cameras to Dahua NVR. That is the private protocol. We have the OnVIF protocol. So OnVIF means using a third-party cameras that supports OnVIF protocol to add it to the NVR. And now we have the national standard protocol, which is not available here in Kenya. So this one is for overseas market. So by private protocol, so this one is just straightforward. You search the cameras in the list, or you select after searching the cameras, you select the camera you want to add, then you click add. It will show you the status, if the password is correct and everything. So this one is straightforward when you're adding Dahua cameras to Dahua NVRs. So this one trouble, you might also face a problem where you have added the cameras to the NVR, but still, so you have added Dahua cameras to the Dahua NVR, but you are still getting a problem like it's offline, so it does not turn green. So you can check the connection between the camera and the NVR. You can try also trying to ping it. So if you can ping it, and the ping is having a reply, constant reply, it means so it's more of transmission. Actually, this one is just information that's for internal purposes. So it's more of transmission. Confirm whether the link between your camera and the NVR is okay. And also, maybe we have had issues where people are connecting cameras to a switch, then a switch to one of the PoE ports. So you should not connect your cameras like that. If you are having a cameras connected to a PoE switch, ensure the uplink or the giga port of the switch goes to the NVR Ethernet port and not one of the PoE ports. So you can check that and also confirm that the device is on and you're in the same network segment, and you can ping it. That's for the case when the cameras becomes offline. It's not green status. So you've added camera and it goes offline. Maybe the password is modified also. So you can try even to log into the web interface of the camera if it's okay. If the password change, you can now edit the password from the NVR side. Also, what you can try to do, you can try upgrading the firmware. Try upgrade the firmware of both the NVR. So most likely the firmware of the NVR. So this applies to people, maybe you already purchased a device that was NVR a long time ago, maybe dating back to 2016 or 17, and you have new models camera that are not supported, and try upgrading the firmware will help. On-with docking means you're adding a third-party camera to our NVR. So how can you add a third-party camera to Dahua NVR? So ensure that the manufacturer is on-with. So you add a camera, then ensure the manufacturer is on-with, and the port is 80, and also username and password. And also sometimes you might have added a camera and it's offline. So you can confirm that the port number is okay. And also maybe you can confirm with the web interface. This is I think in the interface of an incubation camera. And you can go to the port number that's being used for the camera. Maybe it was changed. Confirm that the port number here is the matching port number here. Also on-with docking. So maybe the camera added is offline. So you can confirm that on the camera side, the illegal login is disabled. So like incubation camera, you can disable illegal login. Then you have to enable the on-with protocol. So this is not clear, but somewhere here, you enable the on-with protocol from the camera side. So it's more of the camera is not getting that, is not agreeing to be able to be accessed by on-with, you give it permission. So another tool that you can use for troubleshooting of devices that support on-with. So we have this on-with device manager. Is a free software, and you can use it to test the on-with capabilities of a camera. So if you're going to do functions like doing third-party integration, creating softwares for cameras, or custom programs, you can use this software to be able to know which endpoints the camera is providing. So this one is just used for troubleshooting and confirm if the camera is okay. So if with the on-with device manager you're able to see the camera is doing fine, then maybe the NVR is the issue. You can contact us, we help you. Next, we do there's a local preview. You might do trying to view of a video of or a channel, and then you're experiencing a problem like failed to find network host. So what you can try to do is confirm the IP address of the device and the camera in the same network segment. So for cases where you're using a switch and an NVR, so set the devices into the same network segment. And also you can enter IP address of the camera in the network. You try to test it. If it fails, maybe the camera is offline. Invalid username or password. So if you are facing this problem on the display side, so invalid username or password, the way to fix that is you go to the settings of the camera and you enter the correct password. So another problem you might face is login time. Return time is up. So if you are adding cameras to Dahua cameras to Dahua NVR and you are facing this problem, confirm about there's a conflict in the network, and also ensure that the NVR is compatible with the camera. That is, some older models of NVR does not support some newer models of cameras. If you are experiencing this issue with a third-party camera with our NVR, you need to confirm that the network settings is okay, and the third-party camera settings are okay. That is in terms of ONVIF, and also confirm of the physical connections. You can also use the ONVIF device manager to do checking on the camera if it's doing fine. See if it's ONVIF is okay. So you might also face this problem, local video preview, so exceeding maximum connection. So what you can do, you can go to the, you can check in the network settings of the camera in the port, confirm the connections is not limited, and you can increase the number. So another issue you might experience is limited resource. So maybe the camera is offline because the NVR is not receiving the video stream. And also, maybe you are trying to view in a web interface, web page of the NVR, and your computer is a bit lower version in terms of processing speed. Another problem you might experience is you're having this problem displayed, reach maximum bit rate. So you can check the number of the connected cameras. And also what you can try to do is, in terms of camera specification, there are those access capability of device. So you can try to reduce also the bit stream value of the cameras. So in terms of resolution, bit rate, try to use change those values to a bit lower. For this error, if you see this error, what you just do is upgrade the NVR. It's because of a very old model NVR is being used with a new version of a camera. So you can upgrade it. If you don't have the file, you talk to us, we help you upgrade. Also, some models can't be upgraded, the support stop. So for those old models. So if you see an error like this, conf log error number 18, it's because the camera is not initialized. So you can initialize the camera so for the error to go away. So if you have a black screen or maybe over decodability, it's because of maybe compression technology that you are using. So some models do not support H.265 and you're trying to use H.265, you can try switching between the two. And also, if the screen is black, you can switch between the streams, that is go to substream. Or maybe you're trying to view a stream in the display, but the stream is not enabled. So confirm the stream is enabled in the web page of the camera. So decode disabled, this one applies to devices, the NVRs or IVSS products that do have multiple HDMI outputs or VGA outputs, and you're trying to connect to the second screen and you're facing this problem. So what you need to do, you need to enable the display on that second screen by going to this part, the display settings, then you go to subscreen, you ensure it is enabled. So for local video preview, so you're trying to view the camera, it will tell you login first. Is because maybe the device is logged in through an external network and the port is not mapped. It's more of port mapping. And then some more of internal troubleshooting. So on your side, what you can do is just reset the camera. Maybe you're doing a preview on the display, and then you're experiencing issues like the preview is getting stuck. So confirm on the bandwidth, packet loss, and also ensure that the audio and video decoding is there compatible, because you might have audio decoding and video decoding interfering with each other. So you can try disable the audio first, confirm if its behavior is okay, and you can change the audio decoding that is being used. So you can confirm the steps. You can confirm the web side is okay. So basically, it's more of the audio and video, and also confirm of bandwidth. So if you're going to design a network, ensure maybe if you're connecting a switch to NVR, ensure that the port with the highest speed is connected to the NVR. So video recording. So if you are doing a recording and you're experiencing issues like the hard disk cannot be recognized, so confirm the SATA is connected. That is, there is a physical connection between the hard disk and the board, and so it's more a physical problem, or maybe the hard disk is bad. So you can also change the cables. If still the problem, just contact us. We check on the same. So for EVS purposes, this one is a bit different, not for our case. I'm not going to troubleshoot that. So let's talk about some common problems with the video playback with NVR. So you might have this video interruption at a certain time. So you can see from this playback a general recording, but at a certain time there is the video is not recording for this check. So what you can do, you can confirm that the NVR does not restart abnormally at certain times. Also, you can check the NVR time is in synchronous with the cameras. So you can also check events, that is, maybe there was a network disconnection somewhere, or maybe you are using switches like Cisco, that's the managed switches that do maintenance by maybe restarting by themselves, to confirm such and such. So video interruption for specific camera. So you can log into the camera and check the log information. You can check also disconnection from the camera. So it's most likely because of disconnection of camera, maybe it's turning on and off each time. So for a video playback abnormal, so most of the time ensure your time is in synchronous with the NVR and the camera. So confirm the time is always okay. Also, you might have no video in motion detection. So for motion detection, you have set the motion recording, but there's no video. So after setting motion recording, ensure that the region is okay, and also you need to do alarm side. You enable video detection and enable video recording. So that's the case. For abnormal rebooting, so if you see abnormal rebooting, with these logs, so this one is a troubleshooting from the internal side. If you have an abnormal rebooting of the NVR, you can contact us directly. So that is the training for today. It has been very long, and we are going to end it from this point. Maybe if you have any question regarding troubleshooting purposes or troubleshooting with the IPC or NVR, you can ask the question at this point before we end the meeting. So any question in regard with the troubleshooting of IPC and NVR, and maybe if you have experienced an issue, if you have an issue that you can contact me anytime in WhatsApp, then we'll see how we can help you both in either in on-site or remote assistance. So if there's no any other question, no question at this point, I'm going to end there. So you have a nice day. Tomorrow we'll be having another training for. Tomorrow we'll be doing training. We'll be doing video intercom configuration. So tomorrow's training is about configuration for video intercom for VLAN scenario. So have a nice day, and thank you for joining the meeting. We'll meet tomorrow.